hush. Buffalo. Hush, hush. Buffalo.
Welcome everybody to That's My Opinion episode.
No.
We're going to be 15. This is our another special edition, guest edition. We have Marcus Thomas again. And this week we are reviewing together The Hangover Part 3. 3 thumbs down.
Because this is a drinking game.
Is it going to be a drinking game?
It's going to be a drinking game.
We should probably introduce the drinking game.
We should introduce the drinking game.
I believe I can fly. I love cocaine.
So this is special edition Hangover, the drinking game.
The drinking game.
I love cocaine.
You're going to see in the upcoming video of all this that we really put down this movie, that The Hangover 3 is just not a great film.
Right.
And because there was a lack of hangoverness in it. So
we're
we've
going
decided
to make you hungover.
for
real.
watching this. Basically, it comes down to, you'll eventually see later in this, of my favorite character who makes the movie for me watchable is Mr. Chow.
I love cocaine.
So every time that you hear Chow's name, you have to take a drink.
I love it.
Oh, stay still. I'm trying to help. Are you out here?
I know there's some drinkers out there that, no, I don't drink alcohol. Who gives a hell? Go get some milk.
Have fun with it.
Have fun with it. It's a drinking game. We're trying to get you hungover because you're not going to get hungover watching this film.
This film will not get you anywhere near, so take this review and shot it.
Yeah.
So the rule is every time we say Mr. Chow,
Yeah.
every time we
you
say
hear-
Mr. Chow, you have to take a drink, whatever it may be.
Yeah, Mr. Chow.
Mr. Chow.
And all his gloriness. We're just going to turn this into a fun little drinking game, and hopefully by the time we're done with this video, our enthusiasm's really not going to be there.
There's no excitement, so
We're trying to
hopefully
throw this in so that you'll drink a little bit, and it starts to become a little bit more entertaining for you.
That's exactly the point. So get your drink on, stir with one of these, and enjoy. So Marcus, how do you feel about the movie?
You just had to ask me that, didn't you?
That's how I feel.
When one of their own is kidnapped by an angry gangster, I'll leave you to figure out who gets kidnapped. Because he always gets kidnapped.
It's Doug.
Because he's not part of the wolf pack. But, you know, the wolf pack must track down Chow,
I believe I can fly.
who has escaped from prison and is on the lam.
But that's not why they have to pack. No.
Yeah, that's not really why they
That's
have
not why
to
they have to
track
chase him down.
down.
Wow,
So
that's a crappy synopsis, Marcus.
that's a crappy synopsis to a equally crappy movie.
Let me give you a little better synopsis. This is a third part of the Wolfpack trilogy, and the first 2 movies are them having a hangover and having to retrace their steps. This is a movie that wraps up what happens in those 2 movies together, and they actually tried to make a story out of it, and I think that's why it sucked. Would you say it sucked?
I would say sucked as being nice.
The
movie should not have been called The Hangover to begin with.
No.
It should have been called The Hangover Effect. I would have gone with that. Everything that has happened from the first film.
All the hijinks of 1 and 2, a little bit of 2, mostly 1.
One.
Well, because
Had to do with this one.
are all wrapped up in Hangover 3, and they're sober throughout the whole thing, so it's not even funny.
Yeah, there's...
It wasn't funny. Alright, but we'll get proper review.
Well, Chow.
Story of
I love cocaine!
Chow's never
Chow was
not
never
hung.
sober.
Chow was the only one who's not
Yeah.
ever not hungover.
Yeah,
He's always on something
I'll
good.
start. The good. I'm going to say that the good was that even though it was a crappy Hangover movie and I felt disappointed as a fan of the Hangover movies, I at least laughed. Most of them came from the preview, though. I think the Melissa McCarthy and Zach Galifianakis. Galifianakis. Everything with Zach and Melissa made me laugh. Everything about that scene was comedy gold. And I guess the last minute of the movie, after the end of the movie, there's a little blurb, and that was what the whole movie should have been and wasn't. So at least I laughed at that part, but
Yeah.
it was too little too late.
That was way too late.
Way too late, way too little. Oh, you're good.
My good is Chow.
Chow.
Bad stuff. Quick, give me some sugar.
Funnily enough, Chow was the only one, I mean, even just for how bad the movie was, Chow was the only one that looked like he was having fun filming this movie. Chow really, I mean, if you're going to take anything into this film, go into this film with very low expectations. Do not expect it to even get anywhere near 1, because it's not. It's nowhere even near 2. And 2 basically was just the same movie as the first movie, only in a different setting.
Absolutely.
That's really all it was.
That's all it was. And a different Doug.
But Chow will not disappoint you. If you expect Chow to just be who Chow is, he stays true to who he is.
In the other movies, we have a very timid Chow in comparison. This is full-blown Chow. This is Hangover 3, Chow.
Yeah. It should have just been called
like,
the Hangover
Chow.
Chow. Good as far as character-wise. My only other good in this was, of course, Heather Graham. Just the little cameo appearance that she has in this one, I actually enjoyed. Now, I always go back to the first film, and you always look at what a movie would have been like had this other person gotten that role. And a lot of people didn't know that Heather Graham's part was actually first offered to Lindsay Lohan, and she turned it down. She turned it down because she didn't think the movie was going to make any money.
Oh.
And
did you notice how many wrinkles Heather Graham has developed since the first movie? The first thing I noticed when she opened that door was how old she looked.
Well,
she looked pretty old. She's showing her age.
She's good enough. Although for me personally, it goes back further than that.
Oh,
as the sexy Mercedes in License to Drive.
That was her.
That was her first.
The bad.
Alan.
Really?
Alan is the bad
Alan is the bad for you.
Alan is the bad for me because he was just annoying through the whole film. It's like...
Not as annoying as 1 and 2.
This one, they just seem like they put his character into this whole nother realm where I'm confused. I mean, I don't know, is it just because he's off his meds? Is he autistic? I can't figure out where they were trying to go with this character. And that's what it was. It's like he acted like a child. He acted like a baby the whole time. It's like, it just... He had some funny lines. You wanted what happened to the giraffe early in the film to happen to Alan. Because I won't say he ruined the film. He didn't make me want to walk out or anything.
No, but...
the group I went with, that we were all in agreement. It's like, Alan was just bad.
Alan made me laugh this time where he hasn't made me laugh in 1 and 2.
Yeah.
1 and 2, everything you're feeling for Alan, I felt that about 1 and 2. It's like, oh my god, what's wrong with you? This is annoying.
Crossroads.
I haven't done my bad yet.
You haven't done your bad yet.
My bad was this movie. My bad was... I am a huge Hangover fan. I would never recommend The Hangover to absolutely anybody. But I love it, and I couldn't wait for 3. I enjoyed the previews. I couldn't wait to see. I was so excited, and the whole movie was a disappointment because it was nothing that I expected it to be.
Yeah.
And then there's 2 minutes at the very end of the movie where I go, that's where the movie was supposed to be.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. And I made my friends go who didn't want to go because they've seen 1 and 2, and they're like, this is a stupid movie. I don't want to sit through it. I'm like, let's just sit through it. And they're like, oh, well, that wasn't bad. I'm like, yeah, that wasn't The Hangover. They tried to make a story out of this one.
Out of nothing.
And I didn't want it.
With the last 2 minutes of the film, with what they did you get the sense that they're going to make another one? I'm kind of wondering if they put that in there just to see, just at the same time to get people's reaction, but to see how people would think, okay, yeah, nobody was really digging this movie at all. Well, we gave them those last 2 minutes. Maybe we'll make that
like,
the
you know
last
what? Everybody's
movie.
going to watch this and be really upset. I know. Let's do this one last thing. The Ugly. It's your turn.
The Ugly.
The Ugly.
Can I just go Alan again? The Ugly for me was just the film. Almost everything about it. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go with something even more. I felt ugly because I felt really bad just sitting there watching that movie. Like,
I hear you. That was why it was my bad. Absolutely.
I'm just like, wow,
Like,
I'm getting nothing
where's the Hangover
from this movie at all. I would say I wasted my money to watch it, but it actually was a birthday gift, so I was paid for. So it wasn't really a waste of money, but I did feel like my friends who paid for me wasted their money.
Wasted their money.
But like I said, that's really the ugly and the bad are tied together. It's like both of these are just like, you didn't need to make this film. It's like you actually could have just left it at 2.
It could have been done with 2, and if it was going to be 3, it should have been the last 2 minutes of the movie were.
And for the fact of the matter that Todd Phillips is the director of this, and he normally does road trip, Euro trip, old school, and they're actually doing a sequel to Old School. So I think the tank is coming back. To tell you the truth, I did go into this movie expecting it to be bad because I had actually heard reviews, so I knew going in that it was never gonna be a hangover scenario. They were gonna be sober the whole time.
No, see, I didn't. I heard it was bad. I heard it was gonna be bad, and I was like, yeah. They say that about all of them. Mm-hmm. So I went in knowing it was going to be bad, but I thought it would be bad to my liking bad. Mm-hmm. I didn't think it would be bad to not a fan. My ugly was the giraffe, though. Mm. We've all seen the preview.
My name's Alan, and I bought a giraffe! Oh, my life is great!
In the movie, they give you the whole scene.
The head plops
Poor giraffe. The head
crashes into the car.
Into the minivan.
The minivan goes flipping over.
Oh my gosh. And this dead head.
Actually, to tell you the truth, that's the sad part. That's the most action in the film.
That's all, yeah.
Like I said, Chow's character makes the film.
Yeah, that's the point. It's funny.
And Chow in the other films really didn't.
Chow had a very minimal part, and this
minimal part in the first one.
You know what? That Chow worked. Let's make a whole movie out of him.
I wouldn't be opposed to actually having a Chow spin-off movie of this. Question on this one though. Is that really his penis they keep showing in these films?
We do get to see his penis yet again. No monkey blowjob this time.
Is it really? Is it really it?
I believe it is, yes. Oh, your American penis is so big. Oh, so small. Yeah. The first and the second one were absolute. This was not a hangover. No. Goodness, this was not.
And I actually apologize really for our very low lack of energy with this, but
it was bad.
This movie, I mean, we are giving you the full emotion of this movie. This is how bad.
This is how bad
this
it was.
movie. Now, to be fair, this movie was not bad enough to walk out on.
No, and
you actually will sit and watch it because it's just the fact that the wolf pack is what's not interesting. All the other characters are almost interesting. I know he's probably going to get mad and point a gun at me, but Black Doug.
Black Doug.
It's like, stop fucking calling me the Black Doug. It's like, I could have done without John Goodman's character, Marshall. He really didn't do anything for me. He didn't add anything to it. I love Melissa McCarthy, period.
Yeah, she's
almost
great.
Anything that woman has been in has been funny.
I'm looking forward to her new one.
The Heat.
The Heat.
She's very confident in all the roles that she gets. She just goes out and has fun with it. But yeah, like I said, almost all the other characters, other than the Wolfpack, makes the movie worth staying in the theater to watch it. It's not something I recommend to go out and spend your money on and be like, oh my god, I have to see this.
Okay, so don't waste your money on any of the hangovers unless you're a fan. And if you're a fan, be prepared to be disappointed with 3. Yeah, seriously, like, let your friends rent it and then go to their house and watch it and be like, oh, that's what they were talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so that's our review. I think we're going to do this again. This is fun, so.
This is.
I'm enjoying this. Are you enjoying this?
I'm enjoying this. I just didn't enjoy The Hangover.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy The Hangover either. This is us enjoying The Hangover.
Mr. Chow.
Mr. Chow.
Mr. Chow. Mr. Chow. Mr. Chow. Mr. Chow.
Alright, so see you all next week.
I love cocaine!